gosh. That took a second to get around to it. I found out there's a teeny tiny switch on the side of my camera or my computer that I bumped when putting in my headphones. And it turned off my camera, and it was like the biggest mystery of my damn life for a hot second. But thank you for being here. I'm excited. Oh my god. Oh, I did something. Okay, I fixed it. I guess this is a little bit of a wonkier stream. And that's okay, because we can still get a lot of work done, even when things aren't going the way they're supposed to be going. Let's see. I'm going to add this link to the group so that my writing friends can join me. Everyone was very supportive while I was having technical difficulties, so I appreciate you being patient while I got things set up, because it is currently, I don't know, more than a half an hour later than I thought it would be. Helps if I would get the link. I know how to do this. I know how to stream. I've done it 3 other times or something. Let's see. Make sure it's on. Okay. Hi there. Yay, I'm so glad you're here live. Thank you for dealing with my anxiety. Let's see. There's the link. All right. I can't wait to get writing, because it's been one singular second. One singular difficult second. Hi, HB Lee. So good to see you. This is fun. Okay, what is everyone working on? I'm going to make sure that my timer works. I'm going to make sure everything is set up on my laptop so I can just go into it when we do the 15-minute writing sprints. But I'm excited to hear about what you guys are going to be working on today. I know that Standard Fiend is going to be doing they're doing, oh my gosh, a campaign, so that's very exciting. There we go. I want to know what everyone's working on. I am going to be outlining today. I figured out that if I broke down what my plot needed into itty bitty plot beats, then it's going to help me a lot. I'm outlining my psychological horror. I love psychological horrors. I didn't kick a cat, but I almost kicked a cat. She's fine. Oh, Cranberry. I'm working on my fantasy witchy novel. Finally feel like I'm getting somewhere with it again. That is fabulous. Also, hi, Tomboyish Flapper. She's been super supportive of my writing since the very beginning. I think you got an arc of Ashes way back in the day, and it's been wonderful ever since. Greetings and salutations. Hi, Thomas. Yay, Jenna's doing dishes. I think that's super wonderful. Thank you for being here. Almost an hour after I'm supposed to start. I'm going through my story idea that fell apart. I'm basically finding and killing the necessary darlings. It's like a knife to the heart, but I'm really excited to finally move forward with this story again. Good on you. That's a hard thing to do, but I'm glad that you're doing it. Thank you about my bangs looking twirly and cute. I again bathed, but this time I didn't straighten them, and they're air dried, and my rest of my twirls are still wet. So it's me put together totally on a schedule. But as you can see, even when I have a schedule, there's some weird thing that I do that causes everything to be late. Okay. Are we feeling like doing a sprint right off the bat? Do you wanna do it? I say that and I did not get the thing ready like I said I was going to. Schedule schmedule. I like how you think, Thomas. Hold on, let me scoop this. I need to get situated. Alright. Let's see. I have it right here. Excellent. Okay. Schedule that stupid button deserves to have a one-way trip to hell. I know. I completely agree. It's the teeniest, tiniest button right next to my auxiliary jack, and I bumped it when putting it in. It just somehow bumped it. I'm like, how did this happen? Well, I know how, but I'm like, why did they make that? Also, it did not help that everything I looked up was like, just you must have bumped something, and I'm like, well, where's the button? They're like, we don't know. And I'm like, it's a pretty standard laptop. I mean, it's a gaming laptop, but it's a pretty standard laptop. Like, what are you talking about? Whatever. No one could tell me. I just had to find it. Thomas said, I'm going to try and stay awake enough to rewrite the stuff I realized didn't fit last night. Okay. And honestly, I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes if I sleep on it, it helps. I know you already slept on it last night, but... Oh, look, Kachoo is here. Ready to step on anything I just set up. Go on. Go on and step on all the cords and rub up against the microphone. Yeah, he's right here. I don't know if you can... Yeah. Oh, okay. Definitely don't do that. All right. We have our hydration. We have our imagination. Nachos, yes. Kachoo's, whenever you type Kachoo, the computer or the keyboard likes to autocorrect it to nachos, so that's his alias. Stoking Fire says, I've got a few chapters to write today. Okay, let's see if we can start getting that stuff written. Get on a roll. Kachoo making his mandatory appearance. He's been extra today, I'm not gonna lie, like extra Kachoo-y, which isn't always a good thing. But oh my gosh, I didn't bug you with it because you were having tech difficulties. But the updated TSC cover is an art in Cyborg Central. Hold on. Always tell me about this. Hold on. That's so pretty. Oh my god, I think I'm gonna cry again. God damn it. That's a really pretty cover, Jenna. It's really pretty and I really like it. And I like that you squished, I like everything that changed and that moved and stuff with it. You think the series title should be placed lower? I think it looks, I don't think you should touch it, but also don't listen to me. I think it looks perfect. Right below champion. I don't think so. I like where it is because then it's below the like hilt, but it looks really pretty. It's so beautiful. I'm glad that you're getting your art done. Listen to what other people are saying. Something feels a hair off. Go with your gut. For sure. For sure. Oh my god. I cannot handle this guy. You've been flip-flopping. I think I don't, because I think if the little P goes up, then it'll be harder to read. I like that it's under the hilt. Jenna, you're making my third time I'm wearing mascara that I finally found that doesn't make me. It doesn't make me cry. Now you're making me cry. It's fine. I moved to tears. I'm not like crying. But okay. Oh my god. Okay, I might fire Kachoo. He might need to be put on leave, unpaid leave. But thanks, Thomas. 3 months. Thomas, you do not need to do that. Also, I feel of all the times to subscribe for a couple months or subscribe at all, it probably, I'm confused as to when I'm like the most messy, but I appreciate you. The subscriber count is growing. It is. This is so exciting. It keeps telling me like an amount, like it's like, oh, you have 5 out of 10, but I don't understand why it's making like, I don't know why it's telling me what my goals are, because I'm thankful that anyone subscribed at all. So thank you. Now you're forced to keep streaming. Honestly, I feel like, Thomas, you would be a really good streamer. I feel, because you're so good live that, I don't know. Basically, if you're going to keep pressuring me to do this, I might make you like a mandatory guest. Okay, Kachoo. Oh, I have an idea. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm going to just move his little stool in the background and see if he is okay with that. Look, it's your favorite place to sit. Look at that. Look. Yes, up here. See? Now you're art. Okay. Let's see if that square occupies him and he can be living art. You know. Now Cranberry's gonna join. Oh, wait. Sorry. It's backwards. Are you gonna hop up there too? Cranberry's up there too! I don't know if you can really see her because she's darker, but look, it's a theme. Everyone's here. Wow. Cranberry just likes being in the background a little bit more. A Kachoo pedestal. Cranberry arrival. There's so much floof. Yes, so much floof is happening. Wow. Okay. I now feel in the writing mood. I hope everyone else is feeling in the writing mood. Black and white. The perfect balance. Yes. Los gatos. Los gatos. Los gatititos. Oh, now Cranberry's going to scratch up a chunk of it, but it's fine. Also, why am I... Okay, it just needed to recalibrate. Oh, okay. Now you need a spotlight and a disco ball. That's hilarious. We actually have a disco ball for the chickens. This is going badly. He started playing with the fake sprigs that are like in the back. We'll see how much mischief they get into, but they're not knocking over my setup, so we'll go with that. You finished the dishes. Yay! Okay, great. You finished the dishes just in time for us to start catching up to you. Now I have the hiccups. Okay. Here we go. I'm supposed to go weed the garden. I don't want to. Put us in your pocket. Well, I'll do it with you. I don't like weeding the garden either, though. Until the end, and then I'm like, wow, that's so satisfying. It's overgrown and a half, and I got a warning from the city to clear it or else. The place where I used to live was like that. Where it was like, we noticed that we were right on like the sidewalk, which isn't even our sidewalk. And they're like, we've noticed that grass is growing in the cracks in the sidewalk. And I'm like, well, fix it. And they're like, you're going to get fined. And I'm like, how did this happen? This isn't even like, this is the city, but whatever. I have until next Tuesday, so I guess I know what I'm doing next weekend. Just do a little bit now. Touch some dirt. I don't like touching dirt personally. I always have to wear like gloves or whatever. But yeah. Yeah. Okay. You get weeding. We'll get writing. Jenna's gonna get emailing, probably. Maybe I just made that up. No, that was yesterday. She was emailing. So You went to the doctor. That was my chore. I might try it a bit post-stream. Okay, that's totally fair. Yeah, anytime I go to the doctor, I'm like, wow, this took, like, it could be way later in the day and I can't focus until I go. And then afterward, I need like a lot of treats. Like, good job taking care of your body. That was good stuff. Also, depending on what the doctor says, there's a lot to process. So I can or like referrals you have to, so I can totally resonate with what you're saying. That's for sure. Really, because she really did a number on this setup. There we go. I haven't been to a doctor except the ER for a decade. Yes. Good on you for doing it before. Yes, very good. That's hard to do. I did that. I know this is gross, but I did that with my teeth. It had been a while. And then I went to the dentist last year. But I went to the dentist and, now I have my every 6-month thing. But it was really, that first hurdle of just going was a really big change and a big, good self-care goal that I did. And I felt accomplished and scared the whole time. So, Kachoo, you cannot knock that over. I know you want to. Okay. I wish I didn't have to go to the doctors for a decade. Listen, it kind of sounds like Thomas did need to go to the doctors and shouldn't have waited a decade. Especially because the only other trips were to the ER. So I also wish for everyone that we wouldn't need to go to the doctors for a decade. But alas, our meat suits need fine-tuning. I'm walking on sausages. Pixar feet. Oh man, I don't know. You can privately message me if you want, but I definitely have had that before, where I had to go like a couple years wearing those leg squeezers. Oh my gosh, I kept calling them leg squeezers now, like compression stockings, and I got them like, yeah. And I keep thinking, oh my gosh, it's not endometriosis. That's just the word that keeps auto-correcting. Hold on. It's the thing where, this is what I had to deal with. It was the thing where, with the lymph node, edema, not endometriosis. My brain auto-corrected, but yeah. She recommended getting thigh highs. Hell yeah. The highest I ever needed was up the waist. Like, basically you pull them on, and they had a pee hole, so that was nice. And then the arm ones, and it made me feel very unsexy because especially putting them on and peeling them off at night. Don't wear them at night. I'm not a doctor, so listen to your doctor, but do not wear them at night. Don't do that. But oh my goodness, like I felt so yucky, and then it was wild what a difference they made. And then I felt like much better, both like physically and then aesthetically. I'm like, no, my legs look like they're mine again, kind of thing. So I totally get that. Stoking fire, it says it ends up taking the whole day. When you have to go to the doc/dentist, I schedule the whole day and get them to check my warranty. That's a good idea. HB Lee said that the dentists, for some reason, are notorious for being so judgmental. They are. I did the same, and we finally went to the dentist now that I'm an adult on my own, and they were so cruel. They are. It's like they're either like, oh, you're not doing enough. Like, even if you have an okay bill of health, it's like you're not doing enough. And it's so frustrating. I usually don't even wear socks, so it's going to be something. You can get... I also don't like socks. I'm not saying, like, every single thing, like, I have an answer for it or whatever. There was something that I did where I put my feet in plastic bags for a little bit, and that helped me put them on, because you can slip them out. But sometimes I just leave the plastic bags on because I like the smooth feeling rather than the scratchy feeling. There's also sensory, like, supportive ones, so you're really not alone in this at all. There are lots of options, and then different ones with different seams help. Like, there are some people that like the kind that have like the hole. Like, I like the one that had the hole at the bottom of it, but there are a lot of people who don't like that there's a hole in the bottom of it. So it's also worth going to a place that specifically sells it so they can tell you what you're getting exactly, because sometimes it would work, but sometimes I would order them from like Amazon or something because it was affordable. And then the ones that I got that were actually like, they measured, it's so embarrassing though, because they're like measuring your giant calf or your giant knee, And I'm like, please, I don't always look like an elephant. Like, oh, but they're so nice about it. And they were like, no, this is the one you should get. And then it was the coolest feeling when you actually get to go like down a size or two, because it's squeezing out all of those. If this is what you have, like lymphedema, then it's squeezing out all the like edema. But yeah, I had pitting edema for sure. I just need to figure out how to get to the mobility shop where I was recommended to go, because they'll fit you. Yes, the mobility shop. Cool. I like that. Yeah, they will fit you so much better just to get that and not get the cheapy stuff. If you can afford it. For a while, I could not afford the non-cheapy stuff. But you don't have a car. That sucks. But I feel like you can actually call them, and if you have measuring tape like at home, then you can measure and they'll fit you over the phone, because there are a lot of people who don't have a car. I'm almost positive, but I also, this was after like a big health thing with me. I wasn't able to like drive for a little bit. So I'm almost positive that either I called in my measurements or my husband called in my measurements. I don't know. But I'm almost positive you can do that. So there are lots and lots and lots of workarounds. So don't worry. Had to share what just happened. Cliff sleep talking in the middle of the night. So you thought you'd make me happy by going on a reality reality show in Dutch? Cliff awake hours later. I had a really bad nightmare about you. Did I go on a Dutch reality TV show? Cliff, how did you know? I was there. It wasn't a dream. Oh my gosh. He probably thought you were like a total mind read. It's like, wow, that's so oddly specific and amazing that you guessed that. Oh. Okay. Oh my gosh. I am like leaking. Worst case, I'll take an Uber. I could probably convince a coworker to take me, or I can ask my ex-in-laws to drive me. Totally. But ask if they'll take your measurements over the phone and give you suggestions, because that's all they'll do there, and they'll tell you where to measure and stuff. So apparently I thought going on the show would sell more books. Dream Jenna isn't wrong, but it's like, what kind of audience will buy those books? Oh, also, sorry, I missed some. Saren said, I work in vet med and everyone is lovely to the pets, but sometimes horrific to the owners. Yeah, I could imagine. See, this is where the UK English is wild. We spell it oedema, so I think that's confused autocorrect more. Interesting. It's like saying color with the U. I woke from a nightmare this morning that I was getting attacked by a monster. Oh, woke to find my puppers giving me a hug. That's such a relief, where you're like, actually, it's comfort. Okay. Wow. That is awesome. What a wild, everyone, I like how everyone's being really chaotic right now, but together we're gonna like write some stuff despite it all. Okay. So I'm going to start the timer, but at what cost? The puppy was comforting you. Yes. This is how writers function. It's true. Welcome to the Real Life Sovereigns Tournament, arranged to promote the Savior series. Amazing. Okay, I'm going to try and start the timer. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're writing now. Sorry, I forgot. I thought it gave us like a 3-minute warning. It does not. Never mind. We're all writing right this very second. I'm so sorry. What a nice segue. What a nice, easy, totally called for, smooth segue into writing. Sorry, I'm cracking my back. I'm going to finish up the recycling, but I'll copy edit for the next stream. Yes, I have to risk my life in the real life Sovereigns tournament. I'm going to have to decline. The winner of the Sovereigns tournament takes home a signed set of the entire Savior series. The rest of you, well, I hope you have insurance. Yes, if you haven't read the Savior series by Jenna Morassi, you need to check it out, especially if you like dark fantasy and specifically like romantasy. So oh, I'm bumping my own thing. Oh, there's a crystal ball in the way. Oh my goodness. It's like, what is this? How did that get there? Okay. Okay. That's awesome, Nicole. Welcome. Also, Nicole, this is the one that the crystal ball that likes you. If I'm remembering correctly. Thanks for signing up. I appreciate it. Oh, and if anyone's here doesn't mind following, if you feel like following, I would love that. I appreciate it. But it has those little like leaves in it. So they're pretend leaves. So they're like sediments that laid in like a leaf formation. It's very cool. Thank you. Next break. I shared the stream on YouTube. Thanks, Jenna. That's so kind of you. What a chaotic one to share. I'm so sorry, everybody. I hit 40 followers. Wow. This is so exciting. I can't tell because I don't want to mess anything up and I don't want to exit out of where I'm looking. And where the view I have right now doesn't tell me my follower count yet. But this is so exciting. See, now I'm touching stuff. Don't touch anything. Okay. I'm gonna take your word for it, and I'm really excited about hitting 40. Thank you. So exciting. I wonder if Nicole was my 40th. That's very exciting. At some point, when I understand Twitch a little better, I think it would be cool that like when we get to a certain goal thing that I can do like crystal ball readings, offer crystal ball readings for like everyone there, or tarot reading, or maybe like do discounts or something. I'm gonna look what other people do and kind of copy it. But thank you for liking my background. I wish you could see the pictures a little better, but they're a bunch of like pictures, I don't know, that are I voluntold my husband to hang up, and he did great. So I appreciate him. Okay, that's better. Some Pomodoro productivity streamers I follow use channel points to do things like tarot card readings. Wow, that's so cool. Typing away, wondering why I'm hunched and squinting at the screen. I forgot my glasses. Oh, I get that. Now I have to go find them. You have 6.5 minutes to do that. 6.5 minutes left. Lorenzo. I love your dancing Pikachu. So cute. Man, Jenna's on fire. Just like typing, or no, that was stoking fire. Wow. I did the dishes, took out all the trash and recycling. There was a lot. Paid bills, and now it's time for butter size. Excellent. And we have 3 minutes-ish left. And I'm currently looking up how small a lake can be. Or does it need to be a pond, basically? It's a lake. Okay. Interesting. Can't wait to tell you about the cool lake information I just learned. No, Kachoo, don't fall. Oh. Okay, he's fine. My word. Kachoo! I'm sorry if that's extra bangy sounding. Kachoo being mischievous and demanding attention, always. It's all he does and all he knows. He's also doing that tail flick thing that means he has the zoomies. Dangerous combo to have such a flat face in the zoomies. His space depth is very poor. Kachoo's face, the result of too many zoomies where a wall got in the way. That's exactly the joke that we have for him. Also, here we go. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you can take a little break for 5 minutes. Tell me what you did. Tell me what you're working on. I'm super conflicted about, luckily it's in the outlining phase. Oh, but I was outlining and I got to a point where I'm like, it could either go this way or that way, which is literally the point of writing a book, is all the possibilities. I think I'm gonna try this one way of doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna try this one way of doing it. I just might have to beef up some feeling of stuckness or something about, I don't know. I'll have to work it, but I think I'm gonna go with this one path. I think I'm gonna try it. Okay, let's see what everybody got. I got exactly 100 words, but my MC snort laughed. That's hilarious. Sometimes Babo will be a little theatrical because she's a little bit theatrical. Like she kind of like puts it on. And one of the things she's been doing lately is she'll go, "Oh, that is so funny, mama." And I was like, you just snorted like on purpose. Like, who did you see? Who does that? Like, do I snort when I laugh? I don't know where she's getting this from. It's not from a TV show because I've been like like I know what she sees. So I'm like, and it's not like it's not like the Peppa Pig where every sentence has a snort or two. So I don't know. So I think it's cute. when it naturally happens. And I think it's theatrical when a toddler does it. Also, I'm so sorry to Kachoo fans, but he is now being put on unpaid leave. I'm sorry. He's too zoomy. I'll be right back. But tell me what you've been working on so I can read some of the stuff that you've done. He's now on probation. And it's up to Cranberry to help. Okay. Let's see. I got 3 paragraphs written. Damn. Okay. That's really good. I'm doing bullet point outline for my psych horror. I'm doing a bullet point outline too. Sorry, my eyes keep like not following what I'm reading. Hold on. I can do this. Okay, I'm doing a bullet point outline for my psych horror. I will go back through and flesh it out more after. I love that. Yes, that is exactly what I'm doing right now. Just because I need to see where it goes, and then I can add to it. Just over 400 words on my Aussie paranormal folklore horror novel. Ooh, I'm loving what you're saying. I like everything everyone's writing, to be honest. Everyone has such good concepts, and like us writing them together, it's really cool to see like kind of the seeds of it before it starts growing. And then Nicole, I went over some beta reader notes for a chapter and have slowly been working their suggestions into the chapter. Very nice. That can be either like nice and smooth and like cause like a revelation where you're like, oh, I totally see what they're saying. Or it can be a little tedious where you're like, oh, I gotta beef up this part, or I don't understand what they're saying here, but let me see if this works, kind of thing. And then Jenna said I took care of my Facebook reels for the day. Excellent. I had a hammock for my old buddy Troll to just hang out next to my desk. It was his spot. Now my hateful bastard cat Black uses it, and he is not worthy, but I feel like I can't really justify putting it away. I like how you're like, this was Troll's place, and like I don't want to get rid of it, but god damn it, why do you keep stealing it? Yeah, Nicole's saying exactly. Yeah, it's one of those tough things where you're like, all right, let's see. Oh my gosh, it's already been 5 minutes. Well, I'm not trying to rush it. We have 40 seconds left. Everyone, like, stretch or something. I don't know. Take a drink of water. I don't know. Hydration, imagination, go. Nice. Butter's still getting her fetch on. Excellent. Okay. Let's see how we... See, this is where I'm, like, nervous, where I'm just like, how is this helpful? Where I'm just, like, staring at how many seconds are left. In 10 seconds, we're going to start writing again. Thomas said that my 2 cats, Black and Gray, are hateful monsters. I don't get to pet them. They never come up for snuggles. They just yell at me to feed them and then poop. That's how Cranberry is, honestly. She just kind of hides all the time, and she's very sweet but very skittish. And she's half feral anyway, so that's probably why. I mean, I hopped a fence and pulled her out of the bushes when she was a baby, so like a little kitten. So she's still a little bit wild, but whatever. It's fine. We can have our Heidi cats. Okay, back to writing. to go back and fix something. A good thing this is happening in the outline phase. I mean, this is all still Act 1 too, so... Hold on. Let's see where this goes. Okay, this fits really well here, actually. I am surprised. Different chair. I stole this from my husband and he's had it since he was in undergrad. So it's been a little while for this chair. It's getting a little uncomfortable. I'm ordering a salad because I'm supposed to limit my sodium. Honestly, Thomas, I think you need to like. No, I don't mean don't share it on here. Totally share your journey on here. I've just so been there. I can't even express how much I've been there. Um, Granted, mine was while I was pregnant and my kidneys weren't working. It was a whole thing. There was a whole thing. There was a whole thing happening. So, but I have so many tips and tricks when it comes to like your organs being weird. And I'm not trying to assume yours are being weird, but you know, I get it. Also, we have 5.5 minutes left. Okay, there we go. I feel that. Probably most of me is pretty weird. Definitely feel that. Definitely not alone. There we go. Oh, I don't know how much to reveal. I don't know how much to reveal in the first act. No, I don't know. I'm very conflicted on which way to take the story right in this one spot. You know what? When in doubt, I'm going to color code it. I'm color coding it. I'm going to write it and highlight it and be like, maybe don't do that. I don't know. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write it and then highlight this as a possibility. So, you know. Butters just finished fetch and she won the game. Hooray for Butters, the fetcher's champion. Every time we finish, I say, you won the game, go show daddy. And she brings Cliff her ball, like, look what I caught. That is adorable. And Sarah, that's so sweet. That is really, really cute. So proud. Okay, it's time for a break. Time for a break. Yes, good, Thomas, because I sometimes miss that it's a break. I looked up and I was like, oh, we still have 30 seconds. So then I did more, and then I looked up and it was like a whole minute later. I was like, whoops. Whoops. But yeah, how did everyone do? Oh, we got a 10-minute break this time. Very exciting. I'm very stuck in this one section because I have some choices I can make, but I'll think on it. I need to take a moment from looking at it. How'd everyone do? Thomas got 147 words. I sat undecided for a moment if the person my MC went to see was there or not. Yeah, yep. It's like, where are they in space right now? I totally get that. Set the scene. Also, it looks like I got some... Okay, never mind. Not gonna touch anything. I really ought to have just updated my outline. I'm totally not following it. Yeah, it kind of sounds like you're re-outlining right now. And then Saren is saying, I don't know how to finish this. I don't know if my current idea is too much. I'm wondering if I'm covering too many themes and stuff at once. So maybe that's kind of like in that same realm. Stoking fire did 260 words and eager to keep going. I'm on a roll. We love hearing that. If you want to, you could start at the 5-minute break mark and then continue through until the next one. So then you have a 20-minute sprint instead of a 15, but that's totally up to you. Because each sprint is a focus time of 15 minutes. But this has been... this is a 10-minute break. And then, 5-minute break, 15-minute sprint. But this one's a 10-minute break. So take your time, do whatever you'd like. DoorDash has been doing this bizarre thing, showing me the map of where my dasher is. That it'll just zoom over to San Francisco for a second before zooming back to Nebraska. And the first few times I was like, did I accidentally order food from San Francisco? That's so weird because I often lose my phone in my own house, but I often lose my phone. And whenever I make it ring or whatever, it goes all the way over to San Francisco as well. And then back over to where whenever I find it, it's like, oh yeah, it's right here. So that's you just stealing your food. Hilarious. For a while, there was a weird thing that happened. I knew it. There was a weird thing that happened where I ordered something and sent it to Jenna like months prior. And then all of a sudden, my orders were like, oh, you could have it tomorrow or even today. And I was like, that's weird, because usually delivering out where I am is kind of hard because I'm way out in the farm country, Appalachia place. And so I was like, well, I wonder maybe if that's maybe there's just something close by. Like, that's so weird. So I was ordering it and it was telling me that because it could deliver to Jenna's house within the day. And I'm like, what the hell? This is for me. Tomboyish Flapper said, I spent some time trying to get the dog to go outside. She's in an unbribable mood. Also, side note, hello, Muppet ads for hotels. Oh my gosh, the ads. I've been so curious about the ad experience everyone is having. I forgot to change it. I was so preoccupied with my camera that I forgot to change it to be all kind of clumped together. But I've ascended beyond ads. You subscribed for a couple months, so no ads for you. I think what was it? Was it Jeff Goldblum that you were like, all right, I can't do this anymore? Oh my gosh. Jeff Goldblum will no longer tempt me with his apartment. Hilarious. You're missing out on Muppets, though. That's so valid. Oh my gosh. That is too funny. It for sure is a downside. Gosh, I love puppets so much. Maybe I should have a puppet stream. That sounds horrifying. It's definitely one of my interests where I'm like, this is an odd interaction that you're about to have if you let me show you my puppets. Like, there's no way to like make it not as like upsetting or out of pocket each time. Which Muppet is the best puppet? I don't know. That's a tough choice. Because Kermit, tried and true. Miss Piggy, iconic. Fozzie Bear. Gonzo. I don't know. Animal. I can't decide. Oh, Oscar. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Does Oscar count as a Muppet? Because, you know, yeah, the ads are killing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will fix the ad here. I don't even know if you can hear me. Oh, sorry. I'll fix the ads somehow. But Oscar the Grouch was my favorite Sesame Street character. So much so, I still remember it too. Like, it was either my second or third birthday. I think it was my third. No, I'm gonna have the hiccups. Nope, maybe not. For my second or third birthday, but I'm almost positive it was my third birthday, I demanded my cake be Oscar the Grouch themed and everything be Oscar the Grouch themed. And everyone tried to get me to pick Elmo. And I was like, absolutely not. I love Oscar the Grouch, and he has Fluffy, his elephant, and like, it's so fun. And he lives in a trash can. Like, what's not to like? And he's green. Like, how cool is that? But so they handmade an Oscar the Grouch cake, which was so cool. And they made the hair as coconut shreds, like to make it have like the fuzz. So I thought that was cool. Let's see. Yes, he's a Muppet. Good. Okay. I was just thinking before, it makes me happy that Jenna talks about mommy and daddy when talking to Butters. I'm skeptical of people who do not consider themselves parents of their pets. I agree. Anyone that's like, I'm an owner, I'm like, what happened to you? It's like referring to your cat or dog as it. Absolutely not. No. He was always my favorite growing up. Yes, agreed. Yes, on the Oscar train. I feel like Miss Piggy would karate chop me if I didn't say her, but I love Gonzo. Yes, Gonzo's so good. I really, he's like, he'd be like such a good friend, you know? And then I hated Elmo because he was the favorite and it didn't seem fair. That's totally fair. That's totally fair that it didn't seem fair. And so I think it's like, also, sometimes I'd get a little bit of sensory overload from Elmo's voice. Like, it's a lot. Elmo has a voice there. I need to send you a very inappropriate Elmo short or video or something, Jenna, that is about how Elmo's the worst. I can't wait to send it to you. But I also like, I do feel, you know, reverence towards Elmo. Elmo gives me life. We have an Elmo lover in the house. Rocco is the #1 enemy. I remember when I was younger that I had a nightmare. I was hunted by Big Bird. Totally understandable. Big Bird is humongous. I didn't grow up with Sesame Street, so I don't have the same connection to the characters, but I do appreciate them. That's totally fair. We call my grandfather Bert instead of Grandpa. We think he panicked when they asked him what he wanted to be called. I have to support Elmo in ad head solidarity. Is it Elmo doing coke? No, it's not. It's not. It's about how Elmo. I'll send it to you because it's like, but Elmo doing coke is funny. I remember that one. And I know people tend to poo-poo Saturday Night Live, and it's kind of shit a lot of times. But I like the fake trailer they made for the Joker-style serious movie based on Oscar, just titled Grouch, starring David Harbour as Oscar. I have not seen that. I cannot wait to see it. Okay. We're going to write again. We're writing. Oh my gosh. Cranberry. Don't bite me. Stop biting me. Please. Please just let me write. Okay. Googling now. No, no, Jenna, I will send it to you. Hold on. I'm going to send it to you. Oh, you're talking about what Thomas said. Yes. Google the Grouch starring David Harbour as Oscar. Snuffleupagus. Yes. Snuffleupagus. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can. There it is. I found it. Let's see. I always loved Super Grover. Yes, Super Grover. Yep, there it is. I would get so mad because the colors they chose for the numbers and letters were never right. Yes. Do you probably like a synthete or something? I know that for me, I always felt like every number had like a gender and a backstory and like relations with other like numbers, like this one's the grandma and this one's whatever. And so I liked whenever they made puppets of the numbers, but I totally can imagine the colors not being right. A, B, C, D, E, F, G news. Okay, Jenna, this is the one that I was going to send you. Okay. Also, I'll put it in YouTube, but maybe I'm being sensitive. But oh, nice. Thomas put the Saturday Night Live skit in there. Oh, I can't wait to watch it. It's just that everything I listen to will be on stream, so I will wait until after stream to watch it, but I'm excited. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Why do I now want to sing a loaf of bread, a quart of milk, and a stick of butter? It's great. Oh shit, my food is here. I guess Jenna gave it back to you. doing a folklore deep dive real quick to make sure it fits within. Hmm. Sarah just noticed the time. It's 2:30 a.m. here, but I don't want to go to bed. I'm just getting so much done. Not like insomnia will let me sleep anyway. Listen, you are welcome to stay and keep, writing or working out whatever you're working on, and continue with that kind of momentum. Or I'm going to upload this to YouTube and you can look at it then, and you are still welcome to use it that way too. Each night has been really tough for me to get to sleep lately, so I can totally understand, like, being like, well, would I even be sleeping? Like, I don't know. It's hard to say. So just listen to your gut. Some people have told me that so far they've been using these streams to kind of just play and it helps them fall asleep too. So you're welcome to do that as well. Whatever works best for you. Also, I keep calling you Saren, and I hope it's that. That's how you say your name. But if just watch it be Sharon, like Sinead or Sean, and it turns out it's Sharon, and I've been saying it wrong. So I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. Oh, good. I've been saying it correctly. Good. get a little break in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we can break. Okay. Every time I go to work, something gets in the way. The groceries just got delivered. But Jenna, you're being so productive in other areas like household jobs. Very true. I think that is, we are doing like so much good work together. And it's so funny because every time that happens, I'm like, 40 words. Okay, so I wrote, hold on. Oh my God. What, like, I wrote 22 words, but then I did a whole bunch of research and now I feel a little more consistent with the, I think part of my issue is I need to figure out the magic system a little bit because there's a hard, I guess I'll call it magic system, but like rule thing, and then there's some soft stuff going on too. I have both, I think, but I don't know if that's a good idea. So every time I unclip the pup's leash, she goes to the door and stares at it. What do you want, dear pup? No one knows what they want. No one knows. Oh my gosh. Hold on. There we go. And then I'm busy eating salad. Excellent. It's totally okay to have both so long as you know all the rules, even for the soft system, but it's okay if the readers don't know. Okay. That is super helpful. Because like basically one is like vampire like limitations and then some of their powers, I guess, like things that they can do. And some of it is going to be fae magic or justice or whatever. And so I guess knowing it will keep it consistent, but how hard or soft the magic system will be because of how much the reader knows, I guess. So, but I will know. Okay. Thank you. Saren says, I think I'm going to go with an ambiguous ending for this story, but I'm already dreading having to outline the ending in more depth before writing. Yeah. If you're dreading it, hopefully it'll be fun. I want everything to be fun. Life is so hard a lot of other times, so, and writing is too, to be honest, but I want some things to be fun. Stroking Fire says 310 words, getting close to the halfway point of what I wanted to achieve today. Wow. Yes, exactly. Okay, good. Thank you, Jenna. It's kind of like Layla doesn't understand some of her powers, but I do. Wahaha. That's the thing. There's this one little spot. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's this one spot where something is supposed to work but doesn't work, and it's a whole thing. And I'm like, what the hell is going on when it works all these other times, but it's so consistent that I'm like, okay, like there's clearly like an obstacle here. But I just don't know what it is. So I'm just so like curious about it, but also like don't tell me why it doesn't work. I want to learn as we go. But Thomas says, I have a long journey coming up in my story. It will be mostly montage, but still need to figure out what geography, geology, climate, and weather they travel through. So at some point soon I need to take a break from writing and figure out parts of the world I haven't yet. I wonder if it would be helpful to like do a little map or something. That's so tough. But maybe a map will help you visualize it and be able to see what's going on. So, also, I've been streaming for almost an hour and a half. I wonder if everyone's okay with it, I might do like another focus and another break and then end the stream. Because it was supposed to be 2 hours starting from 7:30 to 9:30 EST, but that is not what happened. And now it's 9:45 because I started like 45 minutes late. But But yeah, maybe this will be the last focus, but we'll see how everyone's feeling. Yeah, I need a map. I've started 100 times to make one and I always give up. I totally get that because it's hard to like know what it's supposed to look like. Some people will kind of like peel an orange and lay down the orange peel and trace it, and that'll be the map that they start with. And sometimes, you know, you can end the stream whenever you need to. Awesome. Thank you. I just don't want to, I feel like a little, not that this needs to be super professional or anything, but I just felt a little unprofessional because I was like looking forward to the stream literally all day and got like particular childcare and make sure everything's good. And then all hell broke loose. So, oh yeah, spilling macaroni is another one for maps. Uncooked, preferably. But yeah, that's another one where you dump kind of some macaroni and you outline it, and that's how you can get like the whole world, even because some little chunks of macaroni will float off to the side and that can be like islands and stuff like that. So I think there are ways that you can make it fun and a little bit more serendipitous than you having to like plan everything. So yeah. Also, there are some people who make maps that are kind of like up for grabs, but you just have to make sure you don't have to buy them, or, you know, but if one looks good, I mean, you could buy one if one looked good to you, but there are some people who just kind of make maps, and it kind of like when they make those pre-existing covers. So. Okay. There we go. I'm curious about something. 9, 10. Okay, good. And you're down for however long you want to stream. Okay, cool. I want to stream forever. But and I'm getting a lot of work done. That's the part that's hard. But I also like for instance, like last night I missed whenever we were finished with streaming, everyone in the household was asleep and I was like, well, so I played video games. But yeah, today was a little tough. So I'm glad that we get to do this. This has been really helpful. So I'm glad you're here and we get to work on stuff together. Today was like a little bit of like some like potential stuff was disappointingly not a potential anymore. And then also it was a very heavy tantrum day. The three-nager year is like happening very strongly. And I think those two things mixed together, and then with the cherry on top of like the camera not working because I bumped some weird little toggle switch physical button on my laptop, I was like getting put over the edge. Let's see. I'm glad I could catch the stream today. Me too, Em. I'm very glad that you're here. I'm on the chapter where Garrick dies. Oh no. Wait. Rip Garrick. I'm eating the salad and every now and again I get a mouthful of this bitter and awful. I'm like, what is that? And I check the order. Turns out blue cheese crumbles. I love blue cheese. But I totally get it if you're like, absolutely no, I do not like that. And then it's just randomly in there. I totally get that. It reminds me of when I had to redo my entire YouTube setup because the house cleaners pressed a button on my camera on accident. It's like, what happened to my life? Why is everything in shambles? And it's like really not that deep. It's really not as big as I feel like it is, but no shade to people who like it. I don't know. A lot of people do not like. Yeah, it turned me pink on camera. I looked like a piggy. No, you didn't. You've never looked that way. But remember whenever I was like, it's the what was it? I was like, it's the saturation. It's the white level. It's the saturation. You said one thing, I said the other one. It's like the white balance. And it turns out it was both of those things squished together. I was shiny and pink. I guess pigs aren't shiny. We were both right. Yeah, together we figured it out because I was like, I swear to God, it's this. I feel like I said white balance and you said saturation or something. But yeah, together we were both right and it fixed it. So I was like, look at us. Teamwork. I totally forgot about that. That weirdly makes me feel better, even though I hate that you had to go through that. But I was like, why is life like a mess? It's just because a lot of things are going kind of funny and my body's acting kind of weird. And so I was just like, eh. But now I feel fine. It's because I've been able to do the stream. I really feel like streaming and writing with you has been like total self-care moment. All my writing buddies are here. This feels good. I'm in the outlining phase, so this is okay, but I feel like the plot is going way too fucking fast. But I'm following... I broke this down into like teeny tiny little beats and pinch points and everything. And it's... So I'm like... Oh my gosh. I'm following like the beats. So I don't know why I'm feeling like this is too fast. Like this is... Also, what it could be too is that I'm not used to writing romance. And I'm starting, you know, we're going with the attraction. We're going with like certain moments. And so, yeah. Autism teamwork. Yes. I can always look over the outline if you need help. Yeah. Yeah. Once I finish it and tweak it and make it not look like stream of consciousness, I will send it to you if you don't mind. So thank you for offering, because it's either something completely normal, like what I did before where you were like, oh, so isn't it like forbidden romance? I was like, well, yeah. And you're like, well, that's it. I was like, well, I didn't know that was allowed. like I did, but I just wasn't. I think I'm just a little out of my element. So, I also did leave a video for you last night, Iona, on the YouTube channel, and CC. It's the one before the Saturday Night Live clip. Because now every time I see anything with frogs, I think Iona must see this. I can't wait to see. Okay, I can't. And then I love frogs so much. They're so like they're so sweet. Also, we watched The Princess and the Frog today, so very exciting. Jenna said, totally, I'm excited to read it. Oh, thanks. It's probably what happened with me in the rom-com, and I was like, nothing is happening, and you were like, Jenna, that's because this isn't a murder book. Yeah, and then like mine kind of like alludes to murder, and there are threats of murder, but there is, well, you'll see. I'll send it to you once I outline it. I kind of wanted my original thought was like, oh, I'm gonna go into the stream at the end of 2 hours, my outline's gonna be done, and then I can like fix it and send it to Jenna and like whatever if you were open to reading it. But I do think I'm like, this is too fast, but I've also only ever written romantic subplots, so this is how I'm following the beats. Like, this is the next thing. Like, and when it's written out, another thing too is because it's all just bullet point stream of consciousness shit, it's like seeming really quick. Like, oh my god, they're already like, ugh. Yeah. Okay. I don't know yet because I'm still within Act 1. And they're just at the attraction part right now. But they're like, I think also they're like learning, but it's, oh my gosh, they're like learning, because it's like showing an abusive relationship, and she's like starting to be like, wait a minute, he like lied about that, And so that's feeling like it's going kind of fast. And then at first I also I didn't want Crick to be known of like, also I made it suddenly a dual POV. There's some shit I need to work out because I think it works better as a dual POV, whereas before I didn't see it as a dual POV. So that's another thing that makes it seem like it's faster, because Twyla doesn't figure out stuff about Crick until later, but now that you have the perspective of Crick, like you kind of know some stuff. So then it's not going too fast. You're fine. Okay, good. Because right now they're just like fighting some like chemistry, and they're kind of deciding like we need to figure out what's truth and what's a lie together. And then they're kind of like reluctantly working together. It's not an enemies to lovers, but it's like a wary of each other to lovers thing, because they're from different magical peoples. So yeah, reluctant allies to lovers. Oh, is that a trope? Look at that. Reluctant allies to lovers. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna put that in my reluctant allies. I'm so sorry. You're like carrying me through this. Like, I'm doing the writing, like I have the concepts, I just don't know. I'm so unfamiliar, and I read this shit, so I don't know why I'm struggling, like where I'm like, is that like okay, is this allowed? It's allowed, it's a thing. I'm putting this in like bold or something. Reluctant allies to lovers, forbidden romance. We're discovering, we're learning. It's all good. I'm supposed to know all the things. I wrote the book on it. Yes, that's true. You are an expert. You're a literal expert in this, so thanks. Okay. Okay, now that I know that's allowed, this just completely cleared up a bunch of shit for me then. Okay, now that that's allowed, I'm gonna have them do this where... Oh, there's this one... Okay, I need... Here's what I need to have happen. I need her to realize something about them. Like this. Okay. Okay, that makes way more sense now. Yeah, but Jenna Mercy, your Savior's book aren't very much like The Princess Bride, so do you really know fantasy romance? Oh my. That is so funny. Deep lore. Butters wants to play fetch again, and I just started writing. Butters, let your mama write. You need one of those automatic ball throwing machines. I said the same thing to her. I said the same thing. We just pop it in. Let it shoot. We wanted to get one, but they don't make them for tiny tennis balls. Oh, that's not cool. They should totally make one for tiny tennis balls. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and break time. Ooh, and it's a 10-minute break. Boo. Boo, I say to the no tiny tennis ball thrower, automatic thrower. I didn't get any roaded. Listen, you were trying to field like the cheese crumbles. It's okay. Nicole's returned. They're sizest. Yes, they are. Perfect time to come back, Nicole. We have a 10-minute little break. Very nice. There we go. Oh. Hi, Cran. Lovely seeing you here. Oh man, do you have like a little mat? You do! Girl, you've got to take care of yourself. This is within like grooming reason. There. Alright, now she's running away. Okay. Let's see. I copy edited one page. Womp womp. 577 words. I feel like I'm killing it. You are killing it. It's more than no pages. That's right. Copy editing is great. Also, I wonder if we can just do another. What if we take no breaks and we're wild and crazy? I think there's a way I can skip this one and go just at 15 more minutes and then I'll end the stream. But I have to double check something because I don't know the commands. Oh my. Commands. Okay, here are the commands. Skip and restart. Okay, I'm going. Nobody hate me. I'm gonna skip and we're gonna write. Once we get to the 5-minute, I'll skip and we'll go to 15, like the 15-minute timer. So instead of the long 10-minute break, we'll have a little short 5-minute break and we'll do 15 more minutes of concentrated writing. And then we will like close up and end the stream. And let me see how long I've been streaming. An hour and 47 minutes. So this is like actually a longer one that than I usually do. So that's good. At least hopefully it seems like it's being helpful. I got to complain about body ailments with Thomas and tell him about my super amazing leg squeezers and arm squeezers, and everyone's been outlining and writing and like getting closer to their goals, and also seeing like maybe where they're stuck and figuring out what the obstacles are there. So I think it's been a really productive stream. Also, now Thomas is a subscriber. Sorry, I'm not saying the right words correctly, so I didn't get that much written, but without the stream, there's a non-zero chance I'd have written nothing. I subscribbled. Thank you for subscribing. It's very exciting. I think so what happened was that the reason you're like the quote 5th one is because the Gay Raven subscribed and then gifted a couple. So you're actually my 2nd subscriber ever, which is very exciting. So I appreciate it. Also, let's see. Okay, in 30 seconds, we're gonna write again for 15 minutes. Also, I wonder, maybe it's good that I speak this out loud, but I was kind of thinking maybe I could make this like maybe an everyday thing, or at least a several times a week thing. So even if this stream didn't go exactly where you wanted it to, because I know that I am very happy with some of the things I figured out. Thanks, Jenna. But I also didn't get as far as what I wanted to. And I do the best writing whenever I'm writing with you. So I think I want to do this more often and make it a more often thing. So it's not a race. I'm just happy to scribble all the subs. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, let's do it. We're going to write right here, right now. Okay, hold on. Almost typed right. Okay, so skip. Here we go. It should go to the 15-minute thing. Yes, it did it. Oh, I am good at technology. No, I'm just learning commands, so. Okay. Okay. Crayon. Careful. You cannot even like see her. She's just a void, a shadow. But she's right here. Like she's like here. Look at that. Next thing we know, Agent Smith and Smith are gonna come pay Iona a visit. Is that related to Men in Black? Because I've never seen Men in Black, but I feel like that's a Men in Black reference. But I could be totally wrong. Oh, The Matrix. Oh my gosh. I have seen The Matrix. Because you're such a hacker. Yes. I've been Matrix red pilled and not alpha male red pilled. And now I know how to use my own timer. I hope everyone is super impressed. Super impressed. Uh-oh. If this thing shuts down, I'm gonna freak out. Okay, it didn't. I'm just expecting the worst. Okay. Uh-oh. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Hold on. Okay. 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 we go. Shoot. All right. We are now at the end. So this is where we're wrapping up. How did you do for this last stretch? I was much better this time. I mean, it's an outline, but I'm just rounding up a little bit. Almost 300. Same. Good job, Thomas. Whoa, 287 words. Yeah, see, right under 300. We are a little bit on the same wavelength, I think, today. And Jenna got through 7 pages. Damn. Okay. That's very nice. Very nice. That's awesome. Also, I don't know what act I'm in it because I forgot to bring that over, but I'm in different, like, beats and stuff. So that's good. That's good. I did do something that would bother you, Jenna, where, not actually if you read it in others, but for your own. And it is bothering me a little bit, where it looks like 2 chapters will need to be like the same character in a row instead of flipping between the 2. But I'll see if that actually is necessary. I'm at a dirty dream. Hell yeah. I remember that dirty dream where I was like, oh no, it's not real. Damn it. M said I wrote a few more words, but pretty happy overall for tonight. That's wonderful. I can't wait to hear about your witchy book. I would love, if you ever want to private message me about your witchy book, I would love to hear about it because it is totally something I'd read. And then Thomas said, in my world, I have 4 district groups within my people. They share a culture, but are physically distinct and also have some varying traditions and practices. I can't decide if I should refer to groups as communities or tribes. Okay. Communities, because, well, also it's in a different world. But the whole, like, at least in our world, whenever you do, like people will be like the bride tribe or let's have a powwow, meaning get together. It's kind of using like indigenous words for other things that aren't indigenous. And so even though tribes is not exclusively like an indigenous things, because in all of our backgrounds, we are all multicultural in some way, but in all of our backgrounds, we have tribal or indigenous like roots somewhere in our distant lineage or recent lineage, but it's just a little better to do. But if community sounds too like modern, then that's totally fair too, but I would vote that. So, and then let's see, 2 more okay, wait, sorry, my brain keeps like floating to other words. Sorry. Stroking Fire said 2 more scenes to go to reach my daily goal. Got 712 words. Awesome. I so appreciate that. I'd love to. Thank you, Em. I would love to read it. And then Jenna said some people don't like it when white folks use the word tribe. Yes, that. And then Thomas said, yeah, I've been using community so far, but it feels a little clunky, but I also don't want to appropriate. Yeah. I think you need a third word. We need a third option because I get what you're saying where community kind of sounds like it could be like the HOA. Like it sounds like maybe a little too, but honestly, hold on before we go, because we still have like a minute. Let me look up some synonyms for, not saying, I'm not trying to like insult your intelligence or anything, because I know you know how to do this, but tribe synonyms that are like good. Nations, clans, peoples, village, society, district, collective, group. Yeah, these are all if you need it to sound a little more, for some reason I think it's like old seeming, so we would want like an older clan sounds. I mean, also folk, like the such and such folk, like the fae folk, or is something that I'm going to use, and then the vampiric folk probably, and then this is like a little modern, but flock, gaggle, posse, but not telling you what to use, but like clan is one that's been around for a long time. Folk is around for a long time. So also I will pause this. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you think on it. The right one will come along for sure. And the reason you were between the two is because both were kind of not quite right. So it shows your gut is on track to something. You're gonna figure something out soon, I would think. That's at least what my brain does, where I'm like, something doesn't feel quite right, and then I find the answer soon after. But yeah, in Aboriginal Oz we use mob. Interesting. I would not personally use mob, only because in the US it has like a really like derogatory, it's a derogatory word used for people who are like advocating for themselves. It could be any group of people advocating for themselves or like their rights, and like it's used in a, like they could be the most like totally truthful, peaceful, whatever, something advocacy is going, it's like mob, and it's called a mob, but it's not true. So but yeah, well, thank you so much for writing with me. That was so fun, and like I feel a lot better about today, and I felt like I got kind of a little bit out of like I was starting to get a little spirally. And so being able to do this stream and talk to you and write with you has been super great. And maybe, you know, even if you need to come back to this and like use the Pomodoro method, like that's why I like having it on screen, so you can use the timer if you'd like to. But yeah, well, thank you so much. I don't have Kachoo here since he's on probation and unpaid leave, but he would wave bye, but I'll wave bye this way. No matter how much or how little I end up writing, the streams are always a great to be a part of. Thank you so much. It's so lovely. Like your presence is very notable in like the most positive of ways. So I'm like really glad you're here. So thanks, Thomas. But yeah, well, thank you for being so supportive, and I will see you hopefully soon. I hope to do like, wouldn't that be cool if I could do it like, of course my brain goes every single day, but maybe I could do it like a couple times a week. Like what if I did it like 3 times a week or something? That'd be fun. But yeah, well, thank you so much, and happy writing, and I hope everyone gets good sleep and figures out their plots and figures out what their next steps are, and I will talk to you really soon. Bye.